Are you a beginner of machine learning? You must listen to this video very carefully. That's because this video is going to give you clarification on something that is considered as foundation for machine learning. Let's see what it is. In this video, we are going to see what is simple linear regression and some terms that you should have clarity on before starting. Look at the graph and can you tell me what is happening here? So in this we have x and y axis. So the graph has the name of simple linear regression. Can you say me what is happening? You can see something else like in x-axis A of experience is plotted and y-axis increase in salary is plotted. If you are following my videos, you can tell me it is a scatter plot. But there is a line in between. I don't know what it is. Right. This is something that you could get in mind just by looking into this. But this is how actually a simple linear regression in machine learning works. How? Let me make it much easier to understand. Let's consider these are the two axes we do have, x and y axis. In x axis, we are plotting years of experience. In y axis, we are plotting increase in salary. How the salary will get increased per person. Their year of experience and most of the time their skills expertise could desire their increase in salary. So in such scenario, this graph is about how a person's salary is getting increased or it is getting affected based on their years of experience. These two values are directly proportional. That exactly is called as linear relationship. If a value increases, then the another value is also going to get increased. If the value decreases, it is also another value is also going to get decreased. So, linear relationship in simple words, what it is. Directly proportional. If value increases, it increases. If it decreases, the another value that we are going to predict will also get decreased. So it says us clearly that this value is going to affect the second value, but the second value is not going to affect the first value. Right. Something is making sense here. Let's try to understand it in an easy way. Now, this is something you should keep in mind. Linear relationship, what it is? If someone asks you, this is how you should give a clear definition. What is linear regression? If someone asks you a question, linear relationship between a dependent and one or more independent variables. Now you should clearly understand what is linear relation, right? So what it is directly proportional. It says all about how one value get increased based on another value, how one value get decreased based on another value. Now, what is independent and what is dependent variable? What it means, first of all. So for this question, I believe you got the answer. But if you understand dependent and independent variable, what it is, you can clearly give the answer for linear relationship. Let me make it more easier. Now, in this chart specifically, what I am plotting in y-axis is something that I am going to predict. What I am plotting in x-axis is something that I already have as a value. If I am going to train one of my machine learning model with just two columns, one column is something that I need to predict and one column is something that I'll be having values. In this, which value I could predict? The salary I could predict based on years of experience. But for that, what I have to do is I need to give my machine learning model a historical data. How the years of experience is affecting my increase in salary. So in that data, we'll be using 80% for training and 20% for testing. Sometimes it differs in the ratio. So based on the training and testing, after that we'll be giving new data and checking if my machine learning model is working properly. So now the column that I am going to predict in x and y axis, what I am predicting? I am predicting increase in salary, right? So this is specifically a independent variable. And the column that I am going to use for predicting purpose is called as the dependent variable. So I believe now you clearly understood what it is. Let me explain in a clear way. Dependent variable is something. So I changed it in context, I guess. This is dependent variable because it is being dependent on a variable called years of experience. So this value that I'm going to predict is dependent variable. Why? Because the value of increase in salary depends on years of experience. But here, years of experience, does it have any dependency towards any other values? No, right? So that is why it is called as independent variable. Now let's go back to the definition part. What is linear regression? It defines linear relationship. What is linear relationship? If value of independent variable increases, the value of dependent variable increases. If the value of independent variable decreases, the value of dependent variable will also decreases. So what it means? If a value is changing in independent variable, the value will also get changed in dependent variable. That is simply called as linear relationship, or it is direct proportionality. Here mostly we should call it as linear relationship. Now if someone asks you what is linear regression, you could tell it defines linear relationship between a dependent and one or more independent variables. So why one or more independent variables? Because salary could be decided based on some other columns too. It's not just about years of experience. It's also about their previous pay, what they are getting in their previous company. It is also about their skill set, their number of certifications. So if a particular dependent variable is directly related to or it has linear relationship to a one or more independent variable, it is called as linear relationship, and it is in algorithm it is called as linear regression. This is going to be the foundation of every machine learning algorithms, anything you might learn. So that is why I'm clearly creating this video and posting you. Now if you got clarity on what is linear relationship, what is dependent variable and what is independent variable, pause the video. Go to comment section and explain me in your own words. Don't tell what I said. You can add examples, and this is going to be the task of today. What is linear relationship? What is dependent variable? And what is independent variable? Post them in comments. First of all, why do we need this linear regression algorithm? Specifically, it is used for predictive analysis. Based on my historical data, my current data, I can predict my future. For that purpose, I need this linear regression algorithm. The second reason is most of the advanced algorithm is having this linear regression as a base. So that is why I need this. The third reason is it is computationally efficient. As I already told that it works based on linear relationship. So it is easy for my machine learning algorithm to understand the data. So the speed also get increased. The final reason is it offers great performance. So the speed is already high, right? So it is absolutely going to give you high accuracy and great performance. So when I have all these kind of requirements, I definitely need to choose linear regression. This is just a basic overview of the terms. Specifically, it's for understanding the terms dependent and independent variable, linear relationship, and the basics of what is simple linear regression. In next video, we'll be seeing everything in a detailed way. So watch the video, take notes, and make sure that you draw this graph on your note so you will have the clarity while answering the interview questions and all. So bye for now. We'll meet you in next amazing video. So fast.